The arena lights burned bright as thousands of fans filled every seat, their voices echoing through the massive hall. The energy was electric. This was not just another heavyweight fight. This was a clash of two warriors whose names had already become part of boxing history. In one corner stood Mike Tyson, the most feared knockout artist of his generation. His reputation alone was enough to shake the confidence of most opponents. Tyson's explosive style, brutal power, and intimidating presence had destroyed countless challengers before they even had a chance to settle into the fight. Across the ring stood Evander Holyfield, the quiet warrior known to fans as the real deal. Holyfield had fought his way through adversity throughout his entire career. Critics doubted him, analysts questioned him, but those who truly understood boxing knew one thing: Holyfield possessed a champion's heart. As Holyfield entered the arena, the crowd rose to their feet in respect. A standing ovation echoed across the building. It was a moment filled with emotion, anticipation, and history waiting to unfold. The referee called both fighters to the center of the ring. "Protect yourselves at all times. Follow my commands." Both men stared into each other's eyes. Tyson's gaze carried the cold intensity of a predator ready to strike. Holyfield's eyes reflected calm determination. When the bell rang, the tension that had built for weeks would finally explode into action. Two champions, two legacies, one ring, and only one man would leave as the heavyweight king. The bell sounded, and the fight began with immediate intensity. Tyson moved forward with his signature peekaboo style, bobbing and weaving as he searched for an opening. His shoulders twitched with explosive energy, ready to unleash the devastating hooks that had ended so many fights before. But Holyfield was not intimidated. Instead of backing away, he stood his ground with calculated patience. He fired a quick jab toward Tyson's body, testing the distance and forcing Tyson to react. Tyson answered with a fast right hand, but Holyfield slipped slightly to the side, allowing the punch to skim past him. The crowd roared as the tension inside the ring grew thicker with every exchange. Holyfield understood something important. Allowing Tyson to dictate the pace would be dangerous. So he began using subtle tactics to slow the former champion down. Each time Tyson rushed forward, Holyfield leaned into him, tying him up and forcing the fight into uncomfortable close quarters. The strategy disrupted Tyson's rhythm. For the first time, Tyson appeared slightly frustrated. The crowd could see it. Tyson swung again with a powerful left hook, but Holyfield blocked the shot with his shoulder and answered immediately with a quick counter combination to the head. The punch snapped Tyson backward just slightly. Not enough to hurt him, but enough to send a message. Holyfield was here to fight. The early rounds quickly turned into a battle of strategy. Tyson searched for the knockout punch, while Holyfield patiently dismantled his opponent's rhythm, piece by piece. Inside the ring, the tension continued to grow. Something unexpected was beginning to happen. As the fight moved into the middle rounds, the rhythm of the battle began to shift. Holyfield's confidence grew with every passing minute. He was not only surviving Tyson's attacks, he was controlling the tempo of the fight. His jab became a powerful weapon. Each time Tyson attempted to rush forward, Holyfield met him with a sharp jab, followed by a quick right hand. The punches were precise and disciplined. Tyson tried to respond with aggression. He lunged forward with powerful swings, hoping to land one of the crushing hooks that had defined his career. But Holyfield's defense held strong. He blocked, slipped, and countered with remarkable timing. Then came a clean, straight right hand that landed directly on Tyson's head. The crowd gasped. Tyson shook it off, but the message was clear. Holyfield was not afraid. In fact, he seemed energized by the challenge. The fight turned into a test of intelligence as much as power. Holyfield began stepping inside Tyson's attacks, smothering his punches before they could gain full force. At the same time, he fired short uppercuts and hooks from close range. It was a risky strategy. Few fighters dared to trade punches with Tyson at such close distance. But Holyfield executed it with precision. Round by round, the balance of the fight continued to shift, and Tyson began to realize something troubling. This opponent was different. By the sixth round, the fight exploded into one of the most dramatic moments of the night. Tyson came forward aggressively, throwing powerful hooks and body shots. For a brief moment, it looked like the former champion might finally break through Holyfield's defense. One heavy punch slammed into Holyfield's body. Another clipped his head. The crowd roared, sensing Tyson's momentum. But Holyfield refused to retreat. Instead, he planted his feet and fired back. A sharp right hand landed cleanly. Then another. Tyson attempted to answer with a left hook, but Holyfield slipped it and unleashed a devastating counter. The punch caught Tyson flush. The impact sent Tyson stumbling backward. The arena erupted in shock. Moments later, another punch landed, and Tyson suddenly dropped to the canvas. The crowd exploded into chaos. It was a moment few people had ever imagined. The most feared fighter in boxing had been knocked down. Tyson rose quickly, but the psychological shift had already taken place. Holyfield now believed he could win, now knew he was facing the toughest opponent of his career. As the fight entered the later rounds, fatigue began to play a major role. Tyson continued throwing heavy punches, but his movements had slowed. The relentless pace of the fight had started to drain his energy. Holyfield, however, seemed to grow stronger. His punches came in sharp combinations: jab, right hand, uppercut. Each attack chipped away at Tyson's defense. The crowd could feel the momentum clearly shifting toward Holyfield. A powerful right hand snapped Tyson's head back. Then another combination landed cleanly. Tyson attempted to respond with a wild swing, but Holyfield countered immediately with a crushing uppercut. The punch shook Tyson badly. Holyfield pressed forward with relentless determination. Hook, right hand, uppercut. The champion's heart was on full display. Holyfield had transformed the fight into a brutal test of endurance, and Tyson was struggling to keep up. The once unstoppable knockout artist now looked exhausted. The final rounds became a storm of punches. Holyfield sensed victory approaching and pushed forward with everything he had left. A powerful right hand landed squarely on Tyson's face. Then came another combination: hook, uppercut, straight right. Tyson staggered backward toward the ropes. The crowd stood on their feet as the challenger unleashed a furious barrage of punches. Tyson tried to defend himself, but the attacks kept coming. Holyfield's accuracy and determination overwhelmed the former champion. Punch after punch landed. The referee stepped closer, watching carefully. Finally, after another brutal combination, the referee jumped in and waved his arms. The fight was over. The arena erupted with deafening cheers. Against all expectations, Evander Holyfield had defeated Mike Tyson. Holyfield raised his arms high above his head as the crowd celebrated. Incredible victory. It was more than a win. It was a moment that would forever live in boxing history. The underdog had conquered the most feared fighter in the world. And on that unforgettable night, the real deal proved exactly why he deserved his name.